Marvelous morning, students. Today we will be discussing the chapter 2 of your reader and chapter 2 of the grammar. First, we will be going through the chapter 2 of the reader, The Great Escape. So, the story is all about the victorious Maratha king Shivaji, who posed a threat to the Mughal who ruled North India. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb sent a large army under Raja Jai Singh of Jaipur as the Mughal captured many forts. Shivaji conceded to a truce and he was taken to Agra to meet Aurangzeb and draw up the truce. At Agra, he was welcomed by Raja Jai Singh's son Ram Singh and taken to the court, where he was ignored by Aurangzeb. In anger, Shivaji walked out and he and his son were arrested and were held captive in the royal guest house. 3 months passed and neither did Aurangzeb meet him, nor was Shivaji sent home from Agra. Shivaji pretended to be ill and his request that two big baskets of sweet be delivered daily to the poor was accepted. After many days, when the sweet basket leaving the guest house became routine and the guard no longer checked them, Shivaji and his son hid in the basket and escaped. So the story ends when the Shivaji reached his kingdom 2 months later, reorganized his troops, and recovered all the territories that he had lost. He was crowned as Chhatrapati. So the story is based on the theme that how the self-respect and love a patriotic king had for his kingdom and risk and the risk he was willing to take for it. Further, you have done the let's recall and answer part 1 to 6 and let's think and answer 2. So do it very carefully. MCQ can be based on it and direct question can also be asked. And further, there are difficult highlighted words which are written in the pink form, faint, profess. So you have to learn it. And the first part is all there only. So first 10 as the rule is there. So you have to learn the difficult words as well. The first 10 difficult words given in the book. First 10. Moving forward, I hope you have answers with you. If not, you can ask your friends, share with them. We have done it previously many before, like we had exam as well of it. So I hope you will do it carefully, and MCQ can become and do it and learn it. Further, we'll start with the chapter 2 of your grammar part, subject and predicate. So here we'll talk about what subject and predicate is all about. That every sentence has a subject and a predicate. So subjects tell us who or what the sentence is about. The predicate tell us something about the subject. So in a sentence we have a subject and predicate. So like we say Jai Shri laughed. So Jai Shri is the subject and what action is related to the subject is the predicate. So laughed is the predicate. So as you can see, the kind of subjects that we talk about, so it could be in a form of a noun or a pronoun. Jayashree laughed, Danny barked. So in an underline, it's the subject. And if we talk about further, a subject can be a phrase containing a noun, article, or a modifier. So all the students in the class were making noise. So here you in the underline part in which we have a noun, article. So that is the subject. So were making a noise will be the predicate. So they are telling the action about the subject. That new boy in the class. So that is the subject. In third part, it's written a subject can be two or more noun, pronoun, or noun phrase that may be joined by conjunction such as and, not only, but also, both and, neither nor, either or. So here a subject which are having two or more noun or pronoun can be add further with the conjunction. So that are your compound subject. If you are having two to more subject, and that is being added with a conjunction, that is a compound subject. For the subject in different sentence structure, the subject perform the action. So you can see Rohit wrote a letter. So here the subject Rohit is performing an action. The puppy chewed up the sock. So even here the puppy, the subject is performing an action. So in second part, the subject is described as an adjective. So the kitten is naughty. Pawan is intelligent. So the underlined part is the subject. The subject is acted upon. For example, the victim was taken to the hospital. She was attacked by a bear. So an action is being signified here. So how you have to spot the subject to identify the subject in a sentence, we should identify the verb. Once the verb is identified, we should ask the question who or what is doing the action and who or what are we speaking about. So here we will identify the subject in different kind of sentences. So how in a declarative sentence you will identify, as I told you, it is subject plus verb form, right? So the puppy bit the postman ankle. The horse jumped over the fence. Further, interrogative sentence. In interrogative sentence with one verb, the subject usually appear after the verb. So it is like WH plus verb plus subject question mark. So subject in the interrogative statement is in the end. If we talk about WH sentence, where is the puppy? Which is your favorite color? Question mark. You need to be very much careful with the punctuation mark. Then if we talk about the interrogative sentence with two verbs, a helping verb and a main verb. So do is here a helping verb and play is the main verb. So if an interrogative statement starting with a helping verb and having a main verb as well, so subject is always there between the helping verb and the main verb. Do you play cricket? Question mark. Has she taken a decision? Question mark. So has taken. These are the helping verb and the main verb. Then we talk about the imperative sentence. So imperative sentence, as you know, we talk about the command request. So here the subject is implied. So you don't add on the subject when you're writing an imperative sentence. So here it's implied in an implied form. In a bracket, you come here. You clean your room. Right. Further exclamatory sentences that you know with strong feelings. So, how beautiful the garden is. Here, the subject, first the exclamation of feeling, the expression is being written, then the garden is the subject and is the verb. Roses are, so how lovely these roses are. Roses is the subject and are is the verb. This is how you're going to identify the kind of subject in these kind of sentences. Then we talk about the predicate. So a predicate can just be a single verb. So it can be a single verb, an action verb. The dog barked, Maya giggled. A predicate can be a phrase containing a verb in some tense, person, and number. So it can be in a form of some tense, in a number, or a person form. The clouds are gathering. So you can easily figure out that the clouds as subject is being used and are gathering is the predicate. The new boy in the class is very intelligent. So that new boy in the class is very intelligent. Is very intelligent. So please keep in mind, predicate always start with the verb, right? So is very intelligent. When the verb is an intransitive verb, the predicate can be a verb and it modifies or complements. So here the verb is complementing the subject. The girls laughed loudly. The baby slept soundly. The mango smells sweet. So how a intransitive verb is being highlighting, modifying the subject. Next, fourth part, when the verb is a transitive verb, the predicate can be a verb and its object, for example. So here it is related to the subject. Birds build nests. Ravi kicked the football. So you can see that here the uh, predicate is related to the subject. The verb is related to the subject. Bird build nest. Ravi kicked the football. Further, we talk about the when the verb is transitive verb with two objects. The predicate consists of verb and its object, direct object and indirect object. So here the predicate is in the form of direct and indirect object. Father bought me a bike. We gave a bouquet of roses to our teacher. Same way, like I told you, the first part of the sentence is the subject. The further action related to the subject will be the predicate form, which having a direct object and indirect object as well. Then a predicate can be two or more verb or verb phrases that may be joined. So here the predicate verb can be joined with a phrase with a conjunction and, not only, but also, both and, neither nor, either or. Like he came, saw, and concurred. We ate dinner and watched a film. So this is a compound predicate which are having more than one or more than two verb in it or verb phrase that are being joined with the conjunction, uh, like we had done previously also. So in this we have only one exercise in which you have to identify the subject and predicate. Like if we say the first example, you go home now. So you, as you can say, it's the subject has been impiled. So you is the subject, go home now will be the predicate. So if we talk about how sweet the moonlight is, so how sweet will be the predicate and the moonlight is will be the subject. And one more we can do it. They went to play on Saturday afternoon. So they here will be the subject and went to play on Saturday afternoon will be the predicate. So it's a very easy exercise in which you have to identify the subject and predicate. So MCQ based question can be asked. So do it, understand it as I have given you a wide explanation what about this chapter is. We have done it previously also. You have the solution. We have done the in test also. So do it carefully, understand it, learn it, and any problem you can contact me personally and study well. All the best.